The ACLU recently won a case in which we declared unconstitutional a federal statute that would have made it a crime to engage in speech that is harmful to minors on the internet. We're very pleased by this result because we think Congress should not be in the business of censoring the internet. One of the bases for that victory was the argument we made that internet content filtering, when installed by parents, is a less restrictive means of protecting children if you are one of those parents who wants to protect their children in that way. And we think that argument was correct, and we think the Supreme Court's refusal to hear the case further affirms that that decision was correct. That does not mean, however, that we support internet content filtering, particularly when enforced by the government. And there are a couple of reasons for that. First of all, government-imposed censorship is very, very different from censorship imposed by a parent making a decision as to what their children can read and can't read. We don't have any problem with parents making decisions for their children. We have very serious problems with the government making decisions for all of us, whether the government does that through Congress or does it through library decision-making or does it through school decision-making. The second reason we think it's different in the context of governmentally imposed censorship is that the internet content filtering does in fact have flaws. It is mostly effective in blocking material that is sexually explicit, but at a price. And that price is it overblocks. Some studies show that it overblocks as much as 20% of the content. Now, a parent can make the perfectly reasonable decision that that's a price they're willing to pay in order to make sure that their children are protected from speech the parent finds offensive. And the parent can find offensive speech about violence or speech about sex, or both. In fact, internet content filters are quite customizable. But we shouldn't be in the business of having the government make the decision that it's worth it to censor 20% of the internet to all of us just in the name of protecting children.